Hello and welcome to the Swamps. Today we're going to be doing a tarot reading on messages from your spirit guides. So without further ado, let's get started. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. Alright guys, let's go. Hello, pile number 1. This is your tarot reading for messages from your spirit guides. You chose this beautiful amethyst point. I got it a while ago and I haven't really taken her out since I've moved, but I felt called to it today. All right, so we're going to get into your oracles first and then your tarot, as I usually do. So let's get started. Your first oracle card is Balsamic Moon, A Time for Healing. Your next oracle card is Rhodonites, Find a Way to Forgive. Your next oracle card is Grounding with Potato, the sign of Virgo, and the number 5. And your last oracle card is 30, Integration. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize and balance in a balanced symphony of life. All right, so this group is really interesting that you chose the amethyst point, or that ended up with this group, because there seems to, there's an association with amethyst. It's a very spiritual crystal. I mean, all the crystals are spiritual, but there's just a typical association with that. And for this group, I feel like there's this intense spiritual healing going on for you, whether you realize it or not. I feel like it's actually really hard for a lot of people who chose this pile to rest in particular. I don't know why that is. It probably is different for all of you. But there's something that, I just heard that song by Rihanna, the work song. I don't know what it's called, but the work. I feel like that's the kind of energy from this group, is that you guys work a lot. And because of that, you find it hard to relax. You find it hard to find a stopping point in what you're doing for some of you. And I feel like this has been causing you, without you realizing it, an internalized stress. And what you're being asked to do here is try and let yourself relax a little bit. You might even need to learn how to integrate a relaxing time. Sorry, that came out a little weird, but integrate a time for relaxing into your life. And I think with this Find a Way to Forgive coming out, that's almost like saying it's okay to relax. You can forgive yourself for relaxing. I mean, you don't even really need to be upset with yourself for that. It's I feel like I've said this once before. It's we need to sleep. People need to sleep. It's okay to sleep. We can't function if we can't sleep. So it's I know it might not be exactly that for this group, but I do feel like it's a similar vibe here, is that, it's okay to relax. It's okay to make time for that, honestly, is what this group needs to hear. And I feel like that's why A Time for Healing is coming out. It's a time for you to set aside time to relax. That's what this time period is for you in your life right now. And that might be really hard for some of you. It might be really hard for some of you to accept that, because I think for some people, and this is to a degree I can say so for myself, and especially so for my partner, for some people working is relaxing. And I think that you're sort of being asked to differentiate that, because even though it might be mentally relaxing to know that you're getting things done and that you're, moving forward with, projects and just with life in general, your body and your mind still need to relax. And that can be really hard to accept for some people. And I feel like that's this group exactly. What people don't seem to realize, what a lot of people don't seem to realize, is that relaxing is progress. You are rejuvenating your body, and that's making it easier for you to do your projects, to do work. It's a part of the working process, weirdly, even though it's such a polar opposite. It really does contribute greatly to working. So it's really important that you do get the rest that you need, because, you know, it's kind of like with what I'm doing here. You know, if I don't get good rest before I do readings, I mean, I just get lost in what I'm saying a lot of times, or, you know, but when I do rest, it's like I can more coherently read out the message. Weird example, but it's what came to me. But yeah, with the grounding, for some of you, maybe there's some kind of grounding ritual. For some reason, the word ritual came to my head that you can do to help you relax. You know, for some of you, it might honestly be quite literally grounding and taking your socks off and your shoes off and stepping outside in the grass. I forgot where I was, but I'm like weirdly remembering this time where I was grounding outside and the grass felt so soft on my feet. It was so relaxing. And I feel like that's a big reason why that's coming out right now. Is like, for some of you, it might literally be grounding. For others of you, it might just be more of a metaphorical type of grounding, like, you know, bringing yourself back down to earth kind of energy. And I get that. For some of you, I almost feel like sleep. For some of you, you need to get sleep, because earlier when I was reading this, I got this memory of a tarot reading I did before on this channel where you guys needed sleep, or whoever chose the pile needed sleep. And for some reason that came to me. So I think I'm going to get into your tarot cards now. So your first tarot card is the Four of Swords. What did I just say? You guys, some of you need sleep. And now for half of you, I want to say it's like half and half. For half of you, this is quite literal. You need actual sleep. And this is your spirit guide saying like, hey dude, you haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately and it's starting to affect you and you actually like need sleep. And for others of you, this might be a little bit less literal. You might need to like sleep on something, you know, or, you know, for some of you, you might need to just like, this might just be representative of relaxing basically in some kind of way. You might be getting enough sleep, but you might not be getting enough like downtime in your daily life. And I feel like that's the big message here for this group, is that you need some downtime. For some of you, you might need to meditate. If that's like a big thing that you're into. Sometimes that can really be a grounding experience, to be honest. Let's see what your next tarot card is. And we got the Death card. So what I'm getting with this Death card is basically that once you guys do this, once you guys actually, you know, set aside some time to relax, or just, you know, integrate this lifestyle, this relaxing thing into your lifestyle. Oh, I hope you didn't hear that. My pig just started yelling at me. Anyway, but once you start to integrate this, you know, this, for some reason I want to say relaxing ritual into your lifestyle, this is going to transform things, basically. Sorry it took me so long to get that out, but this is going to this is like a game changer. This is going to make things so much easier in ways that you weren't expecting, is what I just heard. So I highly recommend just figuring out a way to, you know, relax. Honestly, it just sounds so simple, but I know sometimes things that sound simple aren't that simple. But yeah, you're just being asked to find a way to relax. For some of you, this could be reading a book. For some reason, I felt the need to just say that right now. For others of you, this could just be setting aside time to nap during the day. For others of you, it could literally be meditation. It could be grounding outside. It could be going for a swim. For some reason, that came up in my head. It's going to be different for all of you, so I'm not going to just directly tell you what to do. But you're sort of being asked to take some time to figure out a way to relax. And you're going to thank yourself so much for doing that, because it's going to be like night and day for this group. You're going to feel like your daily tasks that you normally do are going to be so much more fluid. Is for some reason the word fluid's coming through. So yeah, that's all I really have to say for the cards. So we're going to pull some charms now. Yeah, for some of you, you really need to get some sleep with this star coming out and this little owl guy coming out. I feel like this is quite literally sleep for some of you. For others of you, that star is representative of like the star card, and like rejuvenation is what I heard. The owl might just be, you know, things might be a little bit more clearer. I don't know why that message is coming through, but it is. Once you do take this, you know, step, take some time out and to relax. I heard like a new direction when I saw this. So I feel like for some of you, this might actually be like just a better direction for you to go in life if you do set aside some time to relax. Then we have this cherry. And for some reason I heard fruits of your labor. And I don't know what that, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that means in this context. It might mean something to you guys. It might not. I don't know. But for some reason that came out. Maybe it's sort of like saying like, you know, you worked and, you know, as a consequence to working, you got to relax. That's like the fruit of your labor, so to speak. So that's all I'm really getting for this group. Thank you for watching this reading. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to support this channel, please subscribe. And once again, thank you. I just want to say I'm really happy I brought this guy out. Haven't seen him since the move. All right. Hello, pile number 2. This is your tarot reading for messages from your spirit guides. You chose this lovely little pyrite. It's almost kind of heart-shaped when you turn it like that. I don't know, not really. It did look like that from a certain angle. So we're going to get into your oracle cards first and then your tarot as I usually do. So let's get started. Your first oracle card is Adjustments Are Required, Third Quarter Moon. Your next oracle card is Moonstone, Live Your Purpose. Your next oracle card is Focus with Stock and the number 35, as well as the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. Oops. For some reason, I want to say that some of you might actually be Sagittarius. I don't know why that just hit right now, but it did. Not all of you, but for some of you. All right, and your last oracle card is number 19, Delight. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. Okay, so very interesting message here. I feel like for some of you that are receiving this reading, you feel a little bit lost right now. In a sense that like you think you know what you want to do, and maybe you do know what you want to do. And that let me try to get this and let me try to word this more elegantly. So essentially, this group knows what they want to do with their life, is what I'm getting a sense of. Or they're still trying to figure out what they want to do with their life, and you're being asked to like really focus on what delights you, okay, so to speak, with this card coming out. So what like brings light to you? What really like focus on what in your life has really brought a lot of joy, a lot of light, a lot of, you know, it's kind of a funny way to put it, but dopamine. I just heard dopamine. What has brought a lot of dopamine to your life, basically. And if you don't know what dopamine is, that is basically the chemical that your brain releases when you are enjoying something. It's like a reward system in your brain. So I feel like that's what this group is being asked for. For some of you, I almost feel like rewording what I said. I feel like a lot of you don't know exactly what it is you want to do, and this is sort of guidance to help you with that. And essentially, it's just basically saying, like, focus on what brings you joy. I just heard, like, focus on what you like to do when you were a child. I hear that so often myself when I get, like, any kind of guidance readings on life purposes. But, yeah, you're basically being asked to do the same thing in here. But for some of you, I feel like the reason I said it the way that I did in the beginning here is that you're on the right path, but there's just something that's a little bit off. I'm going in on this kind of blind, so I can't really directly tell you what that is, especially since this is a general reading. But yeah, there is something that's just a little bit off of your trajectory here. And you're being asked to just really focus on what brings you light, basically. This might be, you know, a lot more difficult than it sounds. is sort of what I'm picking up on here, in the sense that, you know, it might be something that's literally right in front of you, but for whatever reason you just can't see it. And it's like hiding in plain sight is sort of what I've heard here. Whatever this thing that you're supposed to do with yourself is, it's like hiding in plain sight. And it's almost like really hard for you to see that for some reason, probably because it's so obvious and like right in front of you, so you're not like looking at the obvious thing. So you're just sort of being asked here to really focus on it, and it shouldn't be like, the message I'm getting here is that it shouldn't be so hard, but it is, in the sense that like it should be like, you know, easy to just get, like the snap of the fingers, like in the sense that this thing brings you so much delight that it should be obvious that this is what you're meant to do. But for whatever reason, maybe it's like, you know, you don't believe that you're going to be able to be sustainable off of whatever this is, and maybe that's what's stopping you from fully seeing that that's what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe it's something like that. But I guess this reading is here to tell you that, you know, whatever brings you a lot of joy is what you're meant to do. That's why it brings you a lot of joy. It wouldn't bring you a lot of joy and delight if it wasn't meant for you, basically. So that's the main thing I'm getting from your oracle cards. So let's look at your tarot cards. Your first tarot card coming out is the Empress. This makes me think, like, I want you to really look at this card. I want you to really look at this card and just see what this girl embodies, this woman embodies. She is, you know, it very much reminds me of an image of like a Greek goddess being fed grapes. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what this card is here to help you understand the feelings that you're looking for. So basically, when you feel delight in something, you're going to feel like this woman. You're going to feel like, you know, that it's like all there for you. I feel like that's what that card is coming out for, is that, you know, it just sort of all comes together once you are doing whatever this is. And it's like the universe is going to bring you what you need. You know, it's just, like I said, it just all falls together. So let's see your next tarot card. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like the Ten of Pentacles is coming out to try and say, like, you know, it might not seem like a super lucrative thing, whatever this is, but you are truly meant to do it. And quite frankly, it might take a little while to build wealth or to build some kind of, for some reason I'm hearing the word standing in this, you know, career or whatever it is. But it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it to really put a lot of effort into whatever this is. Because you will end up, I mean, like, look at the cards that you got. Let's just be honest here. Look at the cards you got. You got the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, those are some big cards. Those are some big energy right there. I feel like whatever this is truly meant for you. And even though you might be overlooking it right now, I feel like it's something that's sort of inevitable. Like, you're going to end up doing it no matter what. You know, with this Empress card, like, everything's been falling into place, basically. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with you. It's just all going to fall into place, and it's all going to kind of make sense. And I feel like this is just a reassuring reading, to be honest with you. Sort of just to let you know that your purpose is in front of you. Oof, that was a cough. Your purpose is in front of you, but, you know, it might take time for you to totally sink into it. I feel like for some of you, you might be trying to force yourself into this, you know, whatever this is. It might take time to sort of get in sync with whatever this is. But all in all, you're being asked to try and focus on it. But also, like, there's this weird energy that I'm getting where it's like, focus on it, but don't focus too much on it. I have an example, but I almost don't want to say it because it'd be a bit controversial. I'll just say it. So when it comes to like having an altered state of mind, sometimes if you focus way too much on visuals that you'll be getting, you won't see them anymore. And I feel like that's what's happening to you. I feel like you're focusing so much on what you need to do with your life that you can't see it anymore. So just try to unfocus your mind's eye on this one, so to speak. Try to just let the universe do its thing. And in doing that, in letting go of the focus, you will regain focus in a really weird way. That was a really weird one, but I truly think that'll help you. So yeah, that's all I'm really getting from the cards for now. So we're gonna do some charms. Whoa, you got a lot of charms. You got a lot of charms. Okay. Yeah, we got some planets coming out. We got the sun and we got this like Saturn looking charm coming out. I feel like that's sort of what I was saying. Like, it's all going to fall into place. It's all going to just get in sync. The planets will align kind of thing is what I'm getting from this. You know, don't worry too much about finding your purpose. You know, sometimes things that are meant for us just sync up. And it's like sometimes when we're looking for them, we don't find them because we're looking for them. It's almost like what I said at the beginning of this reading. It's like hiding in plain sight. And sometimes when you're like trying to find something that's in plain sight, you just don't find it. So we've got this lotus flower, which makes me think that you just need to like chill out to figure this one out. Just sort of take a chill pill, try to sit back on it. For some reason, these two are giving me a similar energy. I don't have much to say about them, so they might just be an indicator that this is meant for you. So I'm just going to put these right there. And then the last charm coming out are these little feets. And it makes me think of the phrase baby steps. So, you know, again, let this happen at its own pace. It'll happen. It'll sync up. You know, don't try to force it. I really think that you'll be aligned with what you're meant to do if you just let it happen kind of thing. So that's all I'm really getting for this group. Thank you for watching this reading. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to support this channel, please subscribe. And once again, thank you. Got a lot of charms. Hello, pile number 3. This is your tarot reading for messages from your spirit guides. You chose these two awesome little green aura quartz crystals. I put 2 out here because I had some bigger crystals out and I didn't want them to be overshadowed. All right, so we're gonna get into your oracles first and then your tarot. So let's get started. Your first oracle card is a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Your next oracle card is Carnelian, feed your creativity. Your next oracle card is Desire with cost lettuce, the sign of Cancer, and the number 3. Interesting. And then your last oracle card is 25 with Emergence. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. So you have this interesting 3 coming out with this feed your creativity. There's definitely an emphasis on creativity here. So I have a feeling for some of you, you are naturally creative people. And to be honest, I've been getting this message a lot lately. I think I got it a couple times in my general readings as well as in some personal readings that I've done for myself. And there seems to be a new romance with something that's creative. And I think this is like a general thing that's happening for a lot of people right now. And I think it's going to be different for everyone, first of all. But secondly, I think this is going to be like a really beautiful relationship with some kind of either artistic endeavor or an intellectual endeavor for some of you. There's just a huge passion behind something new for a lot of you. And that's why this emergence card is coming out, as well as a new romantic cycle begins is coming out. There's a new romance emerging with some kind of creative endeavor here. For some of you, it might even be like planting things. It might even be agricultural projects. I don't know why that hit me, but it did. For some of you, you might be even growing food. But there's going to be a passion with whatever this is. And I don't even think that, like, there's really not a lot of guidance here for you. It's almost just sort of like encouraging you to go forward with this. If you haven't found what this is yet, this is almost like trying to get you excited about it. Like something new is going to come to you. For some of you, it may be a person, but I have a feeling for the majority of all of you, it's going to be like an actual artistic endeavor, an intellectual endeavor, or some kind of, something that, you get really passionate about, basically. It could even be like political. It could be a bunch of things. So my main takeaway though from this, with desire coming out, sorry, that just caught me. I feel like this is going to be something that like once you get into it, you get into it. When you're not doing whatever this is, you're going to be desiring to do whatever this is. I think that's super cool and super fun. To be honest with you, I think for some of you, you might already know what I'm talking about, whatever this thing is. And the reason is because that recently started to come up with me. Like I started to uncover this thing that I'm super into right now. And, I got a bunch of tarot readings saying, this is going to happen. But I feel like, some of you might not, know what it is yet. Others of you might. And I feel like this is just sort of an encouraging reading saying like, this is either coming or this is it. This is the thing. And, keep going with it. I feel like this is something that's really like, I heard fruitful, but that's not the word I want to say. There's just something that's really great about this. There's like a lot of abundance that's going to come from this, whether it be like financially or just, emotionally. This is something that's really going to take up a good amount of your energy, but in like a really good way, like in a really positive way. So let's see what your tarot has to say. We have the King of Wands. So whatever this is, I feel as though I heard like master, in the sense that I feel like you're gonna like master whatever this is, or come close to mastering whatever this is, or like at the very least want to master whatever this is. It could be some kind of agricultural thing, could be an intellectual thing. Have weird strong vibes towards that when I'm reading this. But whatever it is, I feel as though you're gonna have a very strong drive to go move forward with whatever this is. I feel like this reading is essentially just very encouraging for that, especially for people who may have been questioning if this was meant for them. I think that this reading is just to remind you, like, yes, this is meant for you. It might be a slow start with whatever this is right now, and that's totally okay. Sometimes that's the best way to go about it. Sometimes it's really good to just take your time, move at your own pace with whatever it is. You don't ever want to rush something that has its own timeline. Let's see what your next tarot card is. Then we have the Two of Wands. I feel like that sort of goes with what I was just saying. Like there's a plan for this, okay? There's already an idea of how this is going to go, whether you realize it or not. It sounds kind of funny, but there's like a timeline for this. So if you are moving slowly, if you know what I'm talking about, if you know what passion I'm talking about here, it might be moving slowly right now, but I truly believe for a lot of you, this is going to take off at some point. This is going to take off big. Whether it be for a financial gain or just for, spiritual and emotional gain, this is going to take off for you big time. And I think that's why this is being referred to as a new romantic cycle. There's just a lot of love that is going into whatever this is, coming from your end of it. And there's something really magical about that, really beautiful about that. And just all around, like, I feel like you should be enthusiastic. Like, that's sort of the energy that I'm getting here, is just to sort of tell you, like, this is a time to be enthusiastic about whatever this creative endeavor is, or this, passion that's coming to you. There's just something really amazing about this energy, to be honest. It's just like, it's exciting. Like, I don't think this is what it is for a lot of you, but I almost get like a new baby energy. Like, I'm just excited. I'm just excited for this energy. Maybe this is just a baby. This like passion has become like a bit of a baby to you. And that's beautiful. So that's all I'm really getting from the cards. So we're going to pull some charms now. Okay. Wow. All right. Interesting. We have a lot of like growth. So this is sort of what I was saying. Like, this might be very slow to start. But that's how a lot of this stuff goes in my hands here. You know what I mean? Like it takes a while for this guy to grow. It takes a while for this rose to blossom. It takes a while for the caterpillar to go through metamorphosis and all that. So like just keep that in mind. If maybe that's why this is coming up in your reading, like maybe you're just nervous that this isn't going to work out or that this isn't meant for you, but you're just so in love with whatever this is. Don't worry about it. It is what's meant for you. It's just taken a long time because that's, you know, beautiful, beautiful things like the charms that I pulled. Beautiful, beautiful things take time. And I think that's what's happening here with this beautiful passion of yours, is that whatever this is, it's going to develop into this beautiful thing, but you just got to let it take time. And this reading is just to reassure you that that's what's going on here. With this one, I feel like there's an emphasis on the heart that's on this shirt. Like, it weirdly reminds me of like the Grinch. You know that part in like the cartoon of the Grinch where they show his heart getting really big? For some reason, it reminds me of that. And maybe that's just how you've been with whatever this is. Maybe you're gonna keep on your love for whatever this is just gonna keep on expanding the further you go with it. And then last but not least, we got this cool little crane guy. And that makes me think to just appreciate some of the stillness that you might be experiencing with whatever this is. There's just something really special about that. And for some reason, I'm being pulled to really say that to you. So that's all I'm really getting here. Thank you for watching this reading. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to support this channel, please subscribe. And once again, thank you. My guinea pig has been screaming at me this entire video. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been continuously watching and everybody that's subscribed to me. Thank you so much, sending you so much love and light and all that good stuff. I don't really have much more to say. I think I'm gonna go take a nap after this. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week.